Hey everyone, welcome back. So you're already using ChatGPT in your business. That's fantastic.
Mhm.
But now, get this. Imagine if you could have like your very own version of ChatGPT,
Mhm.
one that's laser focused on your business.
Yeah.
Like think of it as I don't know, like giving a rock star new employee an instant crash course in
Mhm.
everything about your company.
Right.
That's the power of custom GPTs, right?
Yeah.
You're essentially getting um, all the brain power of AI, but it's all hyper focused on exactly what you need,
Yeah.
ready to like jump in and make a difference right away.
Yeah.
And here's the kicker. It's not some crazy, expensive, time-consuming thing.
No,
It's actually shockingly easy and affordable.
it really is. I mean, we're talking about a total game changer here. Moving from those generic AI tools to something that feels like it was custom built just for
Ooh,
you.
totally. Okay, so let's break this down a bit.
Yeah.
How do we actually create these custom GPTs? What are the nuts and bolts?
Sure. So there are two main ways to do it. The first is using something called custom instructions, and the second is called fine tuning. Okay.
Think of custom instructions, like giving your GPT a bit of a personality tweak.
Oh, interesting.
You're basically saying, hey, this is how I want you to talk. This is the tone to use. And here are some really important things to remember. Like, for example, if your GPT needs to be talking to your engineers, you might tell it, go ahead and use all the technical terms you want.
Right.
But if it's talking to customers, you probably want to say, keep it simple, plain language, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like setting the ground rules for how your GPT interacts with different folks.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about this fine-tuning thing? That sounds a bit more intense, maybe.
It is, and that's where it gets really interesting. Fine-tuning is like sending your GPT to like a super specialized training camp,
Mm.
to become a total expert in your business. And you
Yeah.
do this by feeding it all your secret sauce, your proprietary data.
Oh, stuff like your internal manuals, product specs, customer service logs, even those brilliant strategies you jotted down on a napkin like years ago.
So it's like uploading your company's DNA into the AI.
Exactly. And with fine-tuning, the possibilities are like almost endless. You can have a GPT that knows all your industry jargon, understands your products inside and out, and can even predict what your customers need before they even ask.
Now that sounds like straight out of a sci-fi movie,
Yeah.
but I gotta ask, how complex is this process really? Like, do I need a whole team of like data scientists to make this happen?
Not at all. And that's what's so great about it. I mean, OpenAI has made this unbelievably user-friendly.
Oh, good.
Really, you just gather your data, you upload it to their platform, and they handle all that crazy technical stuff. It's actually surprisingly straightforward, even if you're not a tech expert.
That's a huge relief.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already seeing how this could be like a total game changer for businesses like ours. But let's dig a little deeper.
Sure.
Let's really get into the nitty gritty of the benefits, the
Yeah.
real meat and potatoes. What can we actually expect to see?
Okay, let's say, for example, you're running a manufacturing company. You've got all this complex machinery, all this specialized terminology, mountains of technical documents,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I get.
Well, a fine-tuned GPT, it could be a total lifesaver for your employees. They could ask it anything from, how do I fix this thing, to, where is that part number in this 500-page manual?
So it's like having an on-call expert who knows literally every single detail of how things work.
Right.
And that could save like tons of time and frustration. I mean, we've all been there, right?
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just about saving time either. It's about accuracy too, right? Let's say you're a financial advisor, and you need to give really precise advice. It needs to be 100% compliant and really tailored to each client.
I see where you're going with this. A
Sure.
custom GPT trained on like all the financial regulations and all your firm's specific and investment strategies, that could be incredibly valuable.
Absolutely.
Like it's almost like having a super-powered compliance officer and an investment analyst all rolled into one.
Exactly. And when you're dealing with sensitive financial information, big decisions, that level of accuracy, that consistency, it's priceless.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about the customer experience, can we?
Yeah.
I mean, these days, people want instant answers. They
Yeah.
want that personalized touch.
Yeah, absolutely. And a custom GPT can actually make that happen, right?
It can.
Like imagine our retail company, right? And they train a custom GPT on their whole product catalog, all the customer feedback, even their brand guidelines.
Exactly. Now, when a customer like has a question, they don't have to wade through some generic FAQ page or wait on
Yeah.
hold forever.
Right?
They just get like an instant answer, totally accurate and, tailored to what they need and all in a tone that fits the brand perfectly.
It's almost like having a personal customer service rep for every single customer, but it's all powered by AI, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
It is. Okay, so I think it's time to get down to brass tacks here. I know our listeners are all about taking action.
Sure.
So let's give them a roadmap. How do we get started with these custom GPTs? What's step one?
Well, the first thing is you gotta figure out, what are your goals? Like, what do you actually want this custom GPT to do? And who is it going to be talking to? Is it for your customers? Is it for your team internally?
So it starts with having a clear vision, right?
Yeah.
Like what are we trying to achieve here?
Exactly.
Okay, so then we move on to the data, right?
Yeah.
Curating the data. What's the secret sauce there? What we need to know?
The big thing is quality over quantity. You don't have to, just dump every single file you have into the GPT and hope for the best. Think of it like you're training a new employee, right?
Right.
You wouldn't just hand them a stack of random papers and say, "Okay, good luck, become an expert." You'd give them the essential stuff, the things they really need to know to do their job.
Okay, that makes sense. So if I'm like a software company
Yeah.
and I'm building a GPT for, let's say, employee onboarding,
Right.
I'd want to feed it things like, our company handbook, training materials, all that internal stuff about our culture and how we do things.
Exactly. And once you've got all the right data, then you just upload it to OpenAI's platform and kick off that fine-tuning process.
Okay, and that's where it gets a little techie, right? Do I need to be a coding whiz to make this happen?
Not at all. That's honestly one of the most amazing things about this whole thing.
Okay, good.
I mean, OpenAI has made it so user-friendly. It's like, using any other online tool. You upload your stuff, you tweak a few settings, and OpenAI just takes care of the rest. All their fancy algorithms do all the hard work behind the scenes.
So we don't need to go out and hire a bunch of data scientists to get this up and running. That's a relief.
Nope. Not at all. And the speed is another huge plus. We're not talking about months and months of development here. You could have a custom GPT, ready to go in a few hours, maybe even minutes.
Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so we've got our clear goal. We've got our data all set. We've started the fine-tuning process. What happens next?
All right, so now comes the really crucial part. Testing and iterating. This is where you get to see your custom GPT in action.
Mm-hmm.
Start by asking it some questions, giving it some prompts, seeing what it comes up with.
Okay.
Think of it like a training exercise, You're helping your AI teammate reach its full potential.
I like that. Like you're having conversation with your custom GPT.
Right?
Seeing how it thinks.
Yeah.
Making some adjustments as you go.
Exactly. And that back and forth, it's really key to getting the best results. You might need to tweak the data a bit, refine your prompts, maybe even retrain the model based on, what you're learning.
So it's not like a set it and forget it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stay involved. You got to keep refining it, make sure it's really working for you.
Exactly. And once you're feeling good about how your GPT is performing, then you can start thinking about, how to actually integrate it into your business.
Okay, so this is where things get really exciting. I mean, I can already see the possibilities. A custom GPT for marketing, one for sales, another for customer support. Each one, like a specialist, working 24/7 to make our business more efficient, more personalized, and ultimately, more successful.
That's the whole point. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing. It's about creating bespoke AI solutions just for you. Imagine having a whole team of virtual assistants, each one a total expert in their area, working around the clock to help you reach your goals.
And all of that without having to hire and manage a whole bunch of people, deal with payroll, all that stuff.
Exactly. It's like having an army of skilled employees, but they're all AI powered. Now, I know some people might hear all this and think, well, this is great for those big companies with tons of money, but what about us smaller guys? And that's where I think one of the most exciting things about custom GPTs comes in.
You're talking about accessibility.
Yes. OpenAI has made this surprisingly affordable even for medium-sized businesses like yours.
Okay.
I mean, the cost of fine-tuning is really quite low, and the potential ROI, it's huge.
So it's not just about, being on the bleeding edge of tech. It's about getting a real competitive advantage no matter what size your company is.
Exactly. And the best part is you don't have to, jump in all at once, right? You can start
Yeah.
small, maybe with just one GPT for a specific area of your business. And as you start seeing results, then you can gradually expand, build out your whole AI ecosystem.
Like that approach. Start small, experiment, learn, and then scale up when you're ready. It's a really low risk, high reward kind of thing.
It is. And let's be clear here, this isn't just like a fad or something. This is a total game changer. It's a fundamental shift in how businesses operate. The companies that get on board now, the ones that invest in custom GPTs, they're going to be the ones who define the future.
So the message is loud and clear. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Jump in and start exploring this world of custom GPTs.
Yeah.
It's time to unlock the full potential of AI. Really transform your business.
All right, so we've talked about why custom GPTs are such a big deal, and we've walked through how to actually make them. But for our listeners out there who are thinking, okay, this sounds amazing, but like, where do I even start? What's the first, practical step they can take?
Well, I think it all begins with picking a problem.
Yeah.
A specific problem that you really want to solve. Look at your business and think, where are we spending way too much time? Or where are we making the most mistakes?
Yeah.
Or even where are we hitting a wall trying to grow?
Yeah, like zeroing in on those bottlenecks, those pain points, the stuff that's like driving you crazy. Exactly. And once you've got like that problem in your sights, then you can start thinking about, okay, how could a custom GPT actually fix this? Let's say, for example, you're running an e-commerce business, right? Medium size.
Yeah.
And you're getting like buried in customer service emails.
Oh, I feel that. I bet a lot of our listeners can relate to that one.
Yeah, I mean, picture this, right? You've got a custom GPT that's been trained on your whole product catalog, your return policy, all those like FAQs.
Right.
And it can just instantly answer questions, handle returns, even make like personalized recommendations.
It's like having like a whole team of customer service superstars, all powered by AI.
Right. That's the idea. And that's, just one example. The possibilities are really huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got a clear picture of what you want to do. Then what? You've got to get that data ready.
Yeah, the data, we talked about it earlier, but any like pro tips on actually picking the right data? What do people need to keep in mind?
Think of it as building a brain for your GPT. What does it need to know to be really good at its job? If you're training a GPT to help with sales, you'd probably want to give it, all those product descriptions, sales scripts, testimonials from happy customers, and, data on your biggest deals.
So you're giving it the information that makes it an expert, right?
Yeah.
The better the data, the better the GPT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, and here's a little extra tip. Organize that data, Make it easy for the GPT to digest. Clear headings, bullet points, all that good stuff. It's like giving your GPT a textbook instead of just a random pile of notes, right?
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so we've got our problem. Our data is all prepped. What's next?
Time to upload all that data to OpenAI's platform and kick off the fine-tuning process. And this is where this is where the magic happens.
Right, the magic of OpenAI's incredible tech that makes all this surprisingly simple.
Exactly. You really don't have to be like a coding genius or anything to do this. Their platform is like seriously intuitive, even if you're, not a tech expert. You just upload your data, you choose a few settings, and let OpenAI handle the rest.
It's like having a whole team of brilliant AI engineers working behind the scenes just for you.
Right. And speaking of speed, how long does this actually take?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It really depends,
Yeah.
On how complex the task is and how much data you have. But a lot of times you can have a custom GPT ready to go in just a few hours, sometimes even less.
Wow, that's incredible. We're not talking about like months and months of waiting. This is something any business can do.
It really is. Okay, so now you've got your custom GPT all trained up, right? Now it's time to put it through its paces.
Right. Testing, refining, all that good stuff. Make sure it's really performing before we, set it loose.
Exactly. Think of it as like a dress rehearsal. You want to make sure everything's perfect before the big show. Start by, asking it some questions. Give it some prompts, see what it does.
Yeah, like have a conversation with it.
Right.
Get a feel for how it thinks.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to, try different things, different prompts, different data, different settings. See what works best. OpenAI gives you like a lot of flexibility to really fine-tune it until you're happy.
So it's a process, right?
Yeah.
Constant learning and improvement.
Absolutely. And that's what's so powerful about it. You're not just building a tool, you're building like a learning system, something that can adapt and evolve with your business.
So let's talk big picture for a second. We've covered a lot of ground here, the steps, the benefits, how easy it is to do. But what does this all mean for the future of business? What's the takeaway here?
I think this is like a fundamental shift, honestly. Custom GPTs, they're not just a shiny new toy. They're changing how we work, how we compete, how we create value.
Yeah, it's like the early days of the internet or mobile phones,
Yeah,
that big.
it is. And the companies that get this, the ones that, invest in this and really embrace it, they're going to be the ones who define the future.
Right. So the message is loud and clear.
Mm.
Don't wait. Dive in. Explore this whole world of custom GPTs.
Yeah. It's time to unlock the full potential of AI and really transform your business. The future's here, and it's custom made.
And that wraps up our deep dive into the world of custom GPTs. We hope you found this insightful and, most importantly, that you can actually use this information.
Absolutely. And we encourage you to, check out the resources on OpenAI's website and start playing around with it.
Yeah, give it a try. And as always, thanks for joining us on the deep dive. We'll catch you next time for another exciting exploration.